1,205. At the time of this recording, this is the number of years that Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX and Tesla, could survive on his fortune in the future if he spent $1 million every day. To put it into perspective, even if you managed to save every penny of your annual salary and hide it under your mattress, it would still take you 16 years to accumulate the same amount that Musk spends in a single day. Let's say you're an average doctor earning $264,000 per year. It would take you nearly 4 years to reach a total of $1 million. But that's without subtracting any taxes or expenses you will incur over those 4 years. If you save 10% of your earnings consistently, it would take you 38 years to reach $1 million. You see, Musk's fortune is so staggering that even if he spent $1 million a day, it would take him nearly 12 centuries to burn through it at this rate. But what about you? If you lost your job tomorrow, how many days, months, or years could you survive on your savings? That is the true definition of wealth. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is the story of two fathers. One struggled financially despite having a wall full of diplomas and degrees, while the other built multi-million-dollar ventures despite only having an 8th grade education. One believed that money was the root of all evil, while the other considered it a valuable tool. Both fathers were strong, charismatic, and strongly believed in education, but they had radically different views on what type of education truly leads to success. Rich Dad taught Robert and his friend Mike practical life lessons by giving them boring, low-paying jobs in his small store. He paid them just 10 cents an hour to show them how small wages feel over time. After 4 weeks, Robert became frustrated and wanted to quit, but Rich Dad shared 2 important life lessons. People's lives are forever controlled by 2 emotions, fear and greed. The fear of not having money motivates us to work harder, and once we receive our paycheck, our greed, the desire for new cars and clothes takes over. The pattern of working very hard for little money, clinging to the illusion of job security, looking forward to a 3-week vacation each year, and maybe a skimpy pension after 45 years of service. This is the rat race, the routine of getting up, going to work, and paying bills. How much of our lives did we trade just to have money in our pockets? How many hours of our lives did we invest to own houses, cars, or display diplomas on the wall? To help the boys break free from the 9-to-5 mentality driven by fear and greed, Rich Dad eventually cut their wages to 0 and forced them to come up with ways to generate their own income. This challenge inspired them to launch their first business. They collected outdated comics and turned their basement into a library, where classmates paid 10 cents for entry. They began earning $9 a week without even having to work. Through this journey, they were not just working to earn money, but also learning how to make money work for them. As Robert Kiyosaki puts it, the poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Money is one form of power, but what is even more powerful is financial education. Money comes and goes, but if you have the knowledge of how money works, you gain power over it and can begin to build wealth. We've all heard stories of lottery winners who end up sleeping under a bridge within a few years. It's not because of the money itself. It's their mindset toward their finances. True financial success isn't just about earning money. It's about knowing how to make your money work for you. To begin this journey, you must start by understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that works for you and generates income, while a liability is something that works against you and leads to expenses. If you're spending your wealth on things like luxury items, expensive cars, and lifestyle upgrades, you're accumulating liabilities. This may feel satisfying in the short term, but it can quickly drain your finances. Most people focus on liabilities and struggle financially due to a lack of understanding of cash flow. The cash flow of a poor person typically follows this pattern. They work tirelessly for small wages, spend all their income on expenses, and find themselves trapped in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. No safety net, no progress, just survival on a loop. For the middle class, cash flow is slightly different. They hold stable jobs and receive consistent salaries, but they are burdened by liabilities and ongoing expenses. In contrast, the cash flow of the wealthy is built around assets and investments, which generate income from multiple streams. If you want to build wealth, dedicate your life to acquiring valuable assets and strategically reinvesting your returns. If you want to remain poor or middle class, spend your life purchasing liabilities that you believe are assets. Many people consider their homes to be assets, but in reality, they often find themselves in a financial situation where they are paying off a liability they never truly own. It takes money out of their pockets through taxes, expenses, and any losses in value. As Robert Kiyosaki puts it, the rich invest in assets, the poor are burdened by expenses, and the middle class focuses on liabilities they mistakenly believe are assets. Most of us work for everyone except ourselves. We work for the government through taxes, for banks through mortgages and loans, and trade our time for our employers. We spend our lives minding someone else's business and making them rich. But to become financially secure, we must shift our focus to ourselves and learn to mind our own business. This doesn't mean you need to start your own company, nor does it mean everyone needs to launch a business. Instead, it's about building and growing your assets rather than depending solely on your regular job. Here are some examples of valuable assets you can start focusing on to secure your financial freedom. Number 1, businesses that do not require you to be present to operate. Number 2, stocks and equity investments. Number 3, bonds and fixed income securities. Number 4, income-generating real estate properties. Number 5, notes or IOUs. Number 6, royalties from intellectual properties. Number 7, anything else that produces income, appreciates in value, and operates within a dynamic and liquid market. In the pursuit of wealth, most people forget something crucial. It's not just about the ideas or the dreams, it's about mastering 4 essential technical skills. First, accounting, to understand and manage financial statements. Second, investing, to grow wealth by evaluating opportunities and risks. Third, market understanding, to analyze supply, demand, and economic trends. And finally, law and taxation, to legally minimize taxes and protect assets. By mastering these 4 technical skills, creating lasting wealth becomes far simpler than most people ever imagine. As Robert Kiyosaki puts it, the single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth. As we all know, the world is filled with talented poor people. They struggle financially not because of what they do, but because of what they know. The only thing they know is working tirelessly for years, only to end up with an income that barely covers their expenses. This painful cycle has led to the widespread notion that a job is often considered an acronym for just over broke. Unfortunately, this is the harsh reality for millions. But the challenge isn't simply a matter of hard work. It's a deeper issue rooted in 5 key factors. Fear of losing money prevents many from taking risks, while cynicism holds them back from embracing new ideas. Laziness often stops them from putting in the necessary effort, and bad habits limit their personal growth. Arrogance can also close them off to learning from others. This cycle continues, trapping individuals in a loop of unfulfilled potential and unrealized dreams. It is crucial to recognize and confront these barriers. True success requires the courage to face fears, the discipline to break bad habits, and the wisdom to learn from failures. It's not about avoiding risks or failures, it's about leveraging them as stepping stones. Every failure is a lesson, every risk is an opportunity, and every setback is a chance to grow stronger.